Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you all a little bit more about that printmaking opportunity that we're going to have from the CASP Studio. And the CASP Studio is the one that's on the far left here. I'll give you a little bit of an aerial view here in just a second, where normally when you go to the First Friday Art Trail, you see all the food trucks. Well, it's over there kind of by the food trucks off to the side. It's that far left building off to the left of those windows that are opened up. Inside the CASP studio, you'll see professional printmaking processes where you actually have professional printers that are making printmaking each and every day. And it's quite an opportunity. And with this opportunity, the first thing I want to pitch to you is design. You need to be thinking about positive and negative space. And when we think about negative space, think tattoos. When we look at tattoos, you can see everywhere that there is skin is the negative space. You can see where the alien spaceship is, where the beam is coming out of it. All of that beam is the negative space. The moon there is negative space. So you need to be thinking about the negative space when you're creating your design. Also, in your design, it's important that we are utilizing that negative space to actually create something. Another thing that's important is the line within the printmaking, the movement, the motion, the negative space within it, even the stuff that we carve out is all important lines that are inside the printmaking. And we are going to be carving into wood. And to do that, we could use hatching like you see here, or any other kind of process. We're going to transfer our drawing onto a 2 foot by 4 foot board. That's the size board you see right here. And we're going to be carving into that board using carving tools. This isn't a fast process. It is something that we're going to put a paper on top of that wood board after we carve it, and we will press that paper into that wood board, and it'll transfer that image onto the paper. You can see here that you carve out each little bit, and on a big board like this, it's going to take some time. So make sure that it's an image that you're interested in, and we will all vote on an image that we draw. So we'll all draw out different pictures, and we'll vote on which one we want to work on. Here are a few different examples of what you could create, some ideas of some printmaking pieces that I have seen. Here are some boards from last year, and during this same process, they carved them, they took them to the big printing press, and then they rolled it through a big printing press like you see here in this image, and then you lift up the paper and the image is transferred. Let's look at a few more examples of some printmaking. You can see in the background here where they have left deliberate hatching lines in the background. Much of the darkness and the lightness within this piece is created using hatching. Also, it's important to remember that anything that you carve out will then be pressed and printed in reverse. So when you look at the letters of this image here, you can see that all of the letters are in reverse. It's an easy process to do. We'll just draw it out normal, and then we'll flip it when we transfer it onto the board just by flipping our paper and using transfer paper to transfer it onto the board backwards. Once you print it, it'll come out right and in the right direction. Also, some other different printmaking styles that people have been coming up with is just printing using wild natural textures like you see here, or printing onto shirts, or printing very large, which is what we're going to be doing. When you use this large space, make sure to utilize it, all of the space, and don't waste it. Look at the letters in way, Z, go, and then it goes from positive to negative on that O. The O, the S, and the E is a negative, as well as the 2, and then jumps back to positive in the 13. Make sure that we're utilizing the entire composition of the piece and that we're not wasting space. You can see the duck's tail went completely off the page. Here are some people that are doing some interesting things, printmaking with some different techniques. They've printed shirts, they've printed bags. There's all sorts of people that are out there doing some interesting things. You'll have to look up some printmaking ideas and some woodcut prints and see if you can't find some examples of your own. Like I see here in this one, all of the movement and the texture of the background is all from what's left behind during the carving process. When we look at these fish in just a second, we can see that the water has these lines and bubbles that are left behind that are just part of the carving process. Sometimes artists decide to leave some of those lines behind and not clean those lines up. I want to show you a video of how we actually go in with this sharp metal tool and carve away everything that we want to be in negative space. Then we ink it using a large brayer, and then in this instance he presses it into a t-shirt. I want to leave you with just a few more examples of some printmaking, just to show you a couple ideas, and one more video of someone carving and just kind of give you an idea of what this is going to take. I really hope that a few of you get excited about this project and put some effort into it and come up with some cool designs for us to carve. I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for you to get to meet some professional artists and some other art teachers. And there's going to be, I think they said 80 other people there, 80 other students there as well. So give it a go, see what you can do, and create a piece using a Sharpie, and we'll see if everyone wants to vote on it or not. Thank you for your time, and I'm sorry I'm telling you this through a video and not in person. I wish I could be there.